tap won by the Mustangs, as they will come running from right to left on the radio dial and the live video stream here in this opening half. Drew Hackett has it with the dribble, found an opening on the baseline left side. That shot won't go. Rebound put back by Stojic is no good, but we've got a whistle and a foul coming up against CP.
Thane Bukowski is the 5th starter and so forth. Blake Bonin had the flu this week. He attended one practice. He didn't go to school Thursday or Friday, but we'll see him in the ball game.
First free throw by Stojic is no good. He'll get another.
The nerves are showing here, and it will be that way in the first quarter.
It kind of takes, little time to settle in and play some basketball. Second one is no good as well. Tapped around and brought down by the Bulldogs, Grant Galen. First possession for CP is Bergquist. Brings it into the front court. Gives it up, right wing, top of the key, Jeffers. This is Stefanovic with it. He's going to take a three from the right side. It's in and out. That's Schlotman with the board for Munster. Comes up, Drew Hackett, right side three. That's no good. Ball tapped around, kicked, knocked away by Stojic. He gets it to a teammate. Munster attacks. Mandic, no good. Gets his own putback, no good. He hits the bottom of the rim. He'll work again. It's partially blocked. And on the weak side, Luke Hackett there to get the putback basket.
You can't give any player that many shots.
That's 4 attempts at the basket on that one, Jim. Here's an attempted pass, knocked away, but Bukowski able to come up with it. 3 on the way, in and out. Bukowski gets the offensive board. Galen with it. Bergquist. Stefanovic back to Bergquist. Minute and a half gone in the first. 2-0 Munster.
Munster's playing a very soft man-to-man. I think they're going to allow Crown Point to shoot the 3.
Dump down on the inside. Put up with the left hand and the basket. And that's Nick Jeffers for CP. We are tied at 2 apiece. Munster on the attack, on the dribble drive. Kick out to Drew Hackett. Going to give it up to Schlotman. Schlotman works slightly left of the top of the key to Stojic. Back to Schlotman. Stojic with a little bit of a screen on Bukowski. But it's Mandic who gets the basketball and goes off to Luke Hackett on the right side to his brother Drew. Mandic away from the basket. Schlotman pump fakes the 3. Passes it out to Luke at the top. Luke stops the dribble at the right elbow. Gives it up to Mandic. Goes on the inside to Stojic. Spin move. Can't get it to fall. Gale on the board for CP, and here come the Bulldogs. 5:35 in the first, 2-2. Galen wants a 3 right wing. Got it. All net. Grant Galen. First lead for Crown Point at 5-2. 5:20 to play in the first quarter. Luke Hackett, dribble drive on the baseline, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. We can tell you who the officials are in this second game. Brett Patrick, Joe Rudolph, and Everett E.J. Carroll.
I coached many a year, and I never saw any of these 3 officials work.
Grant Galen picked up the foul for CP, his first, team first. Mandic working on the inside. Kick out, quick ball movement, gets it to Luke Hackett. To the bucket, he can't get it to fall, but a whistle and a foul. And that's going to be Sasha Stefanovic.
Normally they call a little tighter when you get into tournament play. And there's an example of a bump leading to a foul.
And for Stefanovic, his first, but that'll be the 3rd team foul on Crown Point. Luke Hackett at the line hits the first one.
Yeah, you don't want to get an early foul difficulty here at the regional level.
Luke with one more. Up, and that's good as well. He has all 4 of Munster's points here early. 5-4 CP as we approach 5 minutes in the opening frame. Bergquist on the dribble at the top. Gives it up to Galen, back to Bergquist. Now it swings towards the left side. Jeffers had it on the pop out at the top. Gives it up to Galen on the right side. Bergquist, right wing area with the left hand. Dribble across to the middle to Galen. Into the corner, Bukowski. He's going to dribble drive into the lane. Put up a runner, and that won't go. Rebound. That's Schlotman for the Mustangs. Stojic with the basketball on the left wing. Uses a crossover to get to the bucket. Can't get it to fall. And Jeffers knocks it away and chases it down. CP ball. Bergquist across the half-court line. Tries to penetrate in the lane. Going to give it up to Galen. Long three. Hits it. Long right wing three for Grant Galen. 8-4 CP. And now Munster throws it away. Drew Hackett thought Schlottman was going to break out. Schlottman broke down, and it went into the coaching staff on the CP bench.
It's a good indicator when Galen hits 2 out of the first 3 shots from three-point line. That's a good indicator. Normally he's the type of player that once he gets hot, he stays hot.
Galen pump faked again after getting the pass. Goes inside to Jeffers. Wild shot won't go in. Bergquist got a good look from 3. That won't go. The rebound, Luke Hackett. Quickly the other way come the Mustangs. Schlottman's got a good look from the left wing. He hits the 3. Kevin Schlottman with his first field goal. It's an 8-7 CP lead. 3:45 in the first.
Well, I think the team that takes the most time to find their offense will be the team that's going to win.
Here's Stefanovic with the basketball. He's going to pull up. He's going to take a 3 and hit it. Sasha Stefanovic. It's 11-7.
That's 3 threes already for Crown Point.
Here's Luke Hackett with on the left side of the floor. Waits for Drew to come between the circles. Drew gets the basketball. Goes between the legs with Bergquist on him. Just inside the arc. Right wing jumper. Good. Drew Hackett. 11-9. 3 minutes in the first. Bergquist, Stefanovic. Galen to the baseline right side. Tied up there. Knocked out of bounds by Mandich. As we have substitutions coming into the ball game for both teams. Blake Bonin in for Crown Point. And Antoine Van Dyke coming in for Munster. We'll mark those because we do have a Lincoln's super sub of the ball game. I'll tell you about that later. 3 ball on the way. That's no good by CP. Off the floor quickly. Drew Hackett off the glass. It won't go. Battle for the loose ball. Stefanovic has it. Gives it up to Bergquist. 2:40 to play in the first quarter. 11-9 Crown Point. Stefanovic, Galen, Bergquist, and Bonin. Galen has his shot blocked. Brought down by Drew Hackett. Here come the Mustangs racing the other way. Hackett for 3. Got it! To put Munster in front. Defense leading the offense for the Mustangs. Bulldogs swinging it around. Stefanovic on the right side. Bergquist at the top. A little bit of a screen there from Jeffers, but Bergquist didn't use it. Jeffers back down to establish some position in the low post. We're at 2 minutes to play in the first. Bergquist, Bonin. Stays on the right side. Stefanovic, Bonin, and Bergquist. Ball moves to the right. Back to the left. Pump fake to the inside. Bergquist has a good look. Slightly right of center, and that's no good. Drew Hackett the board. He brings it up on the dribble himself. Luke Hackett with the board. Schlottman goes on the inside. Van Dyke, good. Baby hook, Antoine Van Dyke. Puts Munster up 14-11. 1:20 to play in the opening quarter.
Well, you don't want to take that much time with the basketball, but I think Munster's doing a very good job of finding an open man.
No, Morales will come in for the Bulldogs. Stefanovic will have a seat. Another young man, as you mentioned, Jim in the Misprint pregame show, but struggling with illness this week. Schlottman with the basketball. Going to give it up to Stojic, to Drew Hackett. 1 minute to play in the first quarter. Drew Hackett to the basket with the scoop shot. Scores. He has 7 in this opening quarter. 16-11 Munster.
Crown Point's got to slow themselves down.
Galen for 3. This one off the back of the iron. Drew Hackett on the weak side. Rebound. Going to bring it up the right side of the floor. Uses a crossover. 17-footer. Just barely gets the front of the iron. Galen on the board. Bonin into the front court. Galen, Jeffers. Bonin now between the circles after the pass from Bergquist.
Crown Point should be waiting for the last shot. We'll see what happens.
Looks like That was Galen with the basketball. He thought Bonin was going to look for it in the corner, but Blake was looking to set a screen. The ball hit him in the back and went out of bounds. It'll be Munster ball. Stefanovic will re-enter. Thane Bukowski is back in for Crown Point as well. Galen will take a short break. This afternoon's game is underwritten in part by Z Alloy Metal Distribution in Crown Point. Z Alloy wishes Coach Clint Swan the best of luck this season. And in turn, we would like to thank the fine folks at Z Alloy for their support of the broadcast of Crown Point boys and girls basketball. Z Alloy, Crown Point Industries, supporting Crown Point basketball. Drew Hackett with it, down to 2-1. Luke Hackett. That shot will not count by Schlottman. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. Munster 16, Crown Point 11. Back with more after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois. McShane's Total Graphic Solutions puts your company name and logo on just about anything. We offer a full line of custom marketing products and services like custom imprinted mugs, pens, and magnets, quality employee apparel, with custom imprinting and embroidery, executive gifts, customer appreciation and gifts, and so much more. McShane staff can help you select the right items to help you achieve excellent results. McShane's 1-800-837-1400 or online at mcshanes.com.
Hey, it's Tara for Christensen Chevy. Christensen Chevrolet is a local family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership celebrating over 60 years in the community, serving all of Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. If you stop in, you can see why families and businesses have put their trust in us for generations. At Christensen, we have an enormous inventory of new Chevys with all of your favorite models in stock, ready for immediate delivery, because that's the Christensen way. We're Christensen Chevrolet, proud sponsor of our great local high school athletic programs on Indy Boulevard in Highland, or visit ChristiansenChevy.com.
High school basketball on the Key 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
Welcome back to the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealer presentation of high school basketball right here on WRTW 90.5 The Key. And we're also streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevy runs deep. Connor Manis into the ball game for Munster as we begin the second quarter. Along with Jim East, I'm Jerry Siska. Crown Point basketball, Blake Bonin with it. Munster leads at 16-11 as we are underway. Long three by Bonin. That's off the front of the iron. No good. Big ball game in the sectional opener against Valparaiso for Blake. On the dribble drive, Stojic can't get it to fall. Jeffers the board. Bonin into the front court. Nice backdoor cut by Stefanovic. He can't hit the layup off the great pass by Bonin. But there's a whistle and a foul.
Got to hit that shot. You know, he's wide open and so forth. Nice pass by Blake Bonin.
And the foul is going to be on Adam Stojic, his first. That'll be the team first as well, as Sasha Stefanovic will go to the line to shoot two for the Bulldogs.
Sasha's just a sophomore. I'm sure that he's feeling a little of the jitters.
First free throw, no good. As Bergquist is back in, Bukowski has a seat. One more for Stefanovic. It's up, and it is good. So he splits the pair. It's a 16-12 game. Munster lead and Mustang basketball as well. Connor Manis with it. It's a little bit of a screen from a Stojic. Ball moves to the right side. Drew Hackett to a Stojic, trying to go on the inside to Mandic. Mandic just beyond the free throw line. He's going to give it up to Manis. Into the corner, Luke Hackett to a Stojic, who's working on the inside. And his pass intended for Mandic got away from him, but Drew there on the right side to pick it up. Stojic working on Morales, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up against the Bulldogs.
I think that's the second. No, it was on Morales. I thought it was on Sasha Stefanovic, but
foul on Morales is his first and the team fourth against the Bulldogs. Drew Hackett triggers it to Manis, and now we've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. It's going to be an illegal screen off the inbounds play set. Is that going to be a Stojic again? That'll be two on Adam. Yep.
That's going to be a little bit of a loss for Munster.
He is so good in the post and with his post moves. And Austin Island going to come into the ball game for the Mustangs, and we also saw Kevin Schlotman get back off the bench to replace Stojic. 6:40 to play in the first half. 16-12 Munster. Here comes Bonin and the Bulldogs. Across the half-court line, he's going to give it up. Bergquist on the right wing with the left hand, takes it toward the middle, gets beyond the free throw line, kicks to the corner, 3 ball on the way, good, and a foul.
Could be a 4-point play.
Sasha Stefanovic with the 3.
Well, thing about Sasha, he's got his arm cocked. He's ready to shoot the ball.
The foul on Connor Manis, his first, and the team's third. And a chance for the rare 4-point plays. Stefanovic steps to the line. He can tie this thing up, and does. 16 apiece. Sasha with 8 in this opening half, including 2 threes. Manis. Drew Hackett between the circles. Hackett wants Island to set a screen on Bergquist, but he's cut off by Stefanovic, so he's going to give it up to Schlotman. Gets it back into the corner to Drew Hackett. Island wants to dribble drive the baseline. Pinned against the baseline. Needs help. Island got himself open. Hackett delivered him a nice pass for the assist. Island with the bucket. Mustangs back up 2. From the Bulldogs. Bergquist, Morales, Bonin. Cutting through with Stefanovic. Nothing there. Bonin will hand it off to him to Jeffers. Swings back. Left wing and Bergquist. Back to the right, Jeffers. Stefanovic, jumper good. Sasha Stefanovic reties the game at 18. Schlotman gives it up. Mandich with the jumper. That's too strong. Chased down by Morales. Ooh, pass off to Bonin. Went off his legs. Blake able to save it before he went out of bounds on the baseline. With the dribble, he brings it into the front court. Gives it up to Morales on the left wing. We approach 5 minutes to play in the first half. 18-18 in this one.
It's a good time to take your time with the basketball. It's all tied up. Look for the good shot, which they are right now.
Morales, Bergquist.
Nice job.
Bonin, and a whistle. And we're going to get a foul call away from the basketball.
I think he called that on
Jeffers. But we will wait till it gets up on the board, as we are unable to. Yeah, they put up there Leo Zdanowicz, but Zdanowicz is not in the game. And so the horn blowing at the scorer's table, so they get everything in order. Goes as a turnover as well against the Bulldogs. And into the ball game is Andrew Keneally for Crown Point.
It's really difficult when you've had a couple kids miss practice all week and so forth, trying to put players in and out, give those guys some rest and so forth. But you got to work around that.
So that will be Jeffers, his first, and here come the Mustangs. Ball game tied at 18. Drew Hackett to Manis. Manis back to Drew Hackett. Got Thane Bukowski working on him. Hackett works his way all the way to the glass. Can't get the shot to fall. Keneally with the board for the Bulldogs. Stefanovic thought about the 3. Gives it up to Bergquist on the left side. Now gets it back to Stefanovic. Keneally and Bukowski.
Time to take your time.
Again, game still tied at 18.
You got 3 guys off the bench that are in there right now, so it's very important to take your time.
Pass knocked away by Connor Manis, but it went into the Mustang crowd, so it'll stay with the Bulldogs.
Looks like 2-1-2 set. It is. They split the post.
That's Decker that's in the game for Crown Point. Ken Decker. Right now with the basketball is Bergquist. Stefanovic wants a 3. No, it comes up short. Decker battling for the board. Can't come down with it. Drew Hackett does, and he brings it the other way to the glass. We've got a whistle and a blocking foul. Going to go against Josh Bergquist. And the Crown Point faithful do not like that call.
Wasn't a very good call. I thought he was set. outside the. Well, there is no arc here. That's college basketball.
College in the NBA. It will be in the high school someday.
It will. I would give it 2 years.
2 shots coming for Drew Hackett. Good on the first. And the Mustangs go back in front, 19-18. Grant Galen getting set to come back in for Crown Point. Luke Hackett just returned to the lineup for the Mustangs. Galen in. Stefanovic's going to have a seat.
I think they want to make sure that Stefanovic does not get 2 fouls the first half.
Second one up and good by Hackett. So 20-18 in favor of the Mustangs. 3:45 play in this first half. The winner gets South Bend Riley in the title game tonight. And you'll get that ball game right here on 90.5. Decker. Bukowski. Back to Decker. Pump fakes. He got, I believe that was Van Dyke on his up in the air, and then he was able to, Decker, that is, able to take Van Dyke to the basket and cause Antoine to pick up a foul.
Smart move by Decker, attacking the basket.
Crown Point will get the basketball out of bounds, baseline, as that was the 4th team foul on the Mustangs. Bukowski, Galen wants a 3, yeah, it goes in and out. Van Dyke gets the board for Munster. Schlotman, Drew Hackett into the front court. And Dyke and Schlotman here on the left side. Island pops out between the circles, back to Schlotman, left wing. Van Dyke. Hackett. Luke Hackett to Van Dyke. Shot comes up under the rim, and Decker with the board for CP. Bergquist into the front court, now into the lane. Kick out. Galen pump fakes. He goes to the bucket. Off the glass, it rolls out. Van Dyke with the board, gives it to Drew Hackett. He's going to pull up for 3. No, that's too strong. Ball batted around. Island saves it, but he's touched. Foot hit the baseline. And it'll go to Crown Point. Stefanovic and Jeffers back in for the Bulldogs. Mandich back in for the Mustangs. 2:37 in this first half. Attention, Region Athletic Directors and Coaches. BSN Sports is looking to talk to you. BSN Sports is the nation's largest team dealer and have partnered with many area schools to provide game-changing solutions for uniforms, sportswear, and equipment. Phone number for BSN Sports is 219-661-0786. Bergquist thought about the 3 from the top there.
The score's not indicative of the game. Looks like a low-scoring game, but looks like both teams are taking a lot of time with the basketball. They're not.
Galen missed a 3. Drew Hackett to the bucket. He can't get the little kiss off the glass to fall. Galen on the board. Here comes Bergquist. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. 20-18 Munster. Stefanovic left elbow 3. No. Drew Hackett the board. Pushes it up. Schlotman wants a right side 3. No. And a whistle and a foul into the bucket. And it's going to go against Austin Island.
They're fronting the post. I think you got to find a way to get the ball into Jeffers, even though they're fronting him. But we'll see. I think that's something you can address at halftime.
Blake Bonin back into the game. Bukowski to the seat. Bonin with the dribble across the half-court line now as Schlotman defends and the Munster's man-to-man. That's Bukowski that has the basketball right now. Bonin got pinned on the baseline. Stefanovic's got a good look from the right wing on a 3. No. Drew Hackett, another rebound for Munster. Takes it quickly into the front court, gives up the dribble in the lane, kick out to brother Luke. He takes it into the paint, gives it up to Mandich, who scores. First field goal for Nikola Mandich. 22-18 Munster. 1:10 left in the first half. Bonin, Stefanovic, Bonin, Bukowski, and Galen. Stefanovic, Bonin. Bukowski's in the left corner outside the arc. He's going to take a 3, and it comes up short. Mandich with the board. Schlotman quickly up the floor. Luke Hackett.
This is an important defensive assignment right here. They got to hold Munster down to 4-point lead. Anybody can address a 4-point lead.
Schlottman puts the ball on the floor, backs it up a little bit to the half-court line now. Munster beginning to run something. Well, Drew's going to pick it up, and he's going to keep it around the half-court line as we're under 25 seconds. Lott with the basketball. 15 seconds. About time to start running something, Jim.
We'll see.
And it's
I got a feeling Hackett's going to shoot the ball.
He will. Top of the key three. That's no good. Rebounded Jeffers. He throws it the length of the floor. It's off the backboard support. And we are at intermission here in Game 2 of the regional semifinals at Michigan City. It's Munster 22, Crown Point 18. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois. Tonight's game is being underwritten by your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agents in Lake County. Different drivers require different kinds of car insurance. Coverage from house to house isn't always the same, and life policies vary too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County is proud to, in part, underwrite high school sports on 90.5 FM WRTW The Key. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Lake County.
Blue 82, located in St. John just across from Lake Central High School, is where big screen sports, mouth-watering food, live music, and good times are all on the same team. Featuring food prepared from scratch with top-quality ingredients, Blue 82 provides a fun and relaxed atmosphere for groups big and small. Blue 82 is open for quick lunches, outstanding dinners, and late-night snacks. To see all that Blue 82 has to offer, including their menu, the website is www.blue82.net.
Morris Baseball and Softball Center, a new baseball and softball development program in Northwest Indiana, provides instruction for aspiring athletes. The staff at Morris Baseball and Softball Center has over 95 years of combined professional experience, and they provide instruction which includes game-tested methods used by major league teams. Located inside Omni 41 in Schererville, Morris Baseball and Softball provides disciplined, well-organized practices and places players at highly competitive opportunities to achieve success. For more information on Morris Baseball and Softball, the phone number is 227-5250, and the website is morrisbaseballcenter.com.
Jack's Warehouse, Northwest Indiana's newest indoor family fun center, is proud to sponsor sports on the Region Sports Network. Jack's Warehouse has fun activities for all ages, including go-karts, bumper cars, SkyTrail, laser tag, and an arcade. Jack's even has glow-in-the-dark mini golf. Located next to Omni on Route 41 in Schererville, Jack's has 6 party rooms available for events and parties. For more information, the website is jakswarehouse.com, and the phone number is 322-JAKS.
Pet Supplies Plus has supplied safe and healthy pet care supplies and all-natural pet foods for over 20 years and is now open in Crown Point. At Pet Supplies Plus, we believe that people don't own pets, pets own people. As pet lovers ourselves, everything we do is designed to make pets happy. Our in-store team members can not only find the right products, but they have a talent for remembering a pet's face and name. This philosophy is the foundation of Pet Supplies Plus. So visit us at 1676 East Summit Street in Crown Point from 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sundays until 7 p.m.
When facing cancer, you want the best possible care. The hospitals of Franciscan Alliance are committed to providing state-of-the-art treatment using the most advanced cancer-fighting technology available. All right here in our community. You would go anywhere for world-class cancer treatment. It's nice to know we don't have to go far for Franciscan Alliance Cancer Care. For more information, visit franciscanalliance.org.
Strachan Van Til, with 19 Northwest Indiana locations, has everything desired for healthy eating. From fresh produce, deli, bakery, and seafood. The meat department features certified Angus beef and butchers who offer custom orders. The website features a meal planner with a recipe of the day and catering information available, including a variety of party platters. They are on the web at strachanvantil.com. Kent Jeffers, attorney at law in Crown Point, specializes in assisting clients with wills, trusts, and estate planning. Creating a will can be a daunting task. Don't let life take you by surprise because of a lack of planning. With more than 20 years of experience, Kent Jeffers can help you protect your family and prepare for the unexpected. An attorney you can trust, Kent Jeffers, on the square in Crown Point. The phone number is 219-230-4131. Kent Jeffers, attorney at law in Crown Point, is proud to support the Crown Point Bulldogs.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
Along with Jerry Stiska back with you here at Michigan City High School. We are at halftime of the second regional semifinal matchup, and the Munster Mustangs lead the Crown Point Bulldogs by a score of 22-18. And as always, high school basketball on the Region Sports Network, underwritten by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. For more details on the great Chevy lineup, the website is ChevyDrivesChicago.com. And Jim, you were mentioning there right before the break that you might indicate that this has been a very patterned offense type game with the lower score, but that is not the case. Both teams going up and down, both teams trying to score, just not real good shot selection on occasions, and not real hot shooting either.
On Crown Point, you cannot win a ball game shooting 25%. You're very fortunate to be only 4 points down. Munster has shot 40%, but of their 40%, they shot 20 field goal attempts, but 6 of them were threes. If you look over here at Crown Point has shot 24 times, but 16 of those have been three-point shots. I just don't think you can win a ball game consistently by shooting threes.
Let's take a look at some of the scoring numbers in the first half for both ball clubs. For the Munster Mustangs, Drew Hackett leads the way with 9. Nikola Mandic has 4. Kevin Schlotman has 3. Luke Hackett with 2. Austin Island with 2. And Antoine Van Dyke with 2 for their total of 22 points. For the Bulldogs, Sasha Stefanovic has 10 and really is almost single-handedly with his hot shooting kept Crown Point in this basketball game to this point, Jim.
Well, Nick Jeffers only shot twice, so somebody's got to pick up the slack.
Grant Galon has 6 points, 2 of 8 from three-point range. Was hot early, 2 of 3, but then missed his last 5. Nick Jeffers has 2 points. Bulldogs only with 3 kids that have scored in the game. That's their total of 18. Rebounding numbers, Bulldogs with 11, but Munster out-rebounding them with 15. Just 2 and 3 on the offensive glass for Munster and Crown Point respectively, so not a lot of second shot opportunities either.
No. I think how many? Well, actually, Crown Point has shot more times than does Munster, but I would think Munster is a little more selective in the type of shot they're shooting.
Taking a look at some of the assist numbers: 5 assists on the 8 field goals for the Mustangs, 5 assists on the 6 field goals for Crown Point. Turnovers, 2 apiece. Both squads have protected the basketball. And it was 16-11 Munster after 1, 7-6 in favor of Crown Point in the second quarter. 22-18 Mustangs here at the half.
I think Crown Point will change its defensive philosophy a little bit. I think that they're doing a good job on a guy that scored 51 points last time. What did he get, 9 in the first half? But he's getting more help than is Stasis Stefanovic.
So 22-18, Munster leads Crown Point here at the break. And this afternoon's game is underwritten in part by attorney Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group. They're located at 1000 Eagle Ridge Drive in Cherville. The Hand Law Group has over 20 years of experience in personal injury, family law, estate planning, and business law. To learn more, the web address is carlhandlaw.com, and the phone number is 219-961-2376. Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group. Quality, experience, results. Matt Maloney, real estate agent with Rossi and Taylor, considers it an honor to provide great service in Northwest Indiana and more. Matt's reputation over the years has made him a guy to see for all real estate needs. Remember, it's not baloney, it's Maloney. I just read them.
I like that.
It is clever. I mean, I admit that. Today's game is underwritten in part by the State Farm agency of Bob Reese in Crown Point, located at 152 West Joliet Street. Bob Reese State Farm is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and in the evenings by appointment. And he can be reached at 663-7337. Bob Reese State Farm, a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics on the Region Sports Network. So under a minute to play here till we get set to begin the third quarter of action. And they're making the public address announcement that the tip-off to tonight's championship game between Riley and the winner of this one will tip at 7:30. You'll get that game right here on 90.5 FM WRTW, and that'll start with the pregame at about 7 o'clock. So as the teams hit the floor, we'll tell you who's out there and the second half starting lineups for this afternoon's game, underwritten by Strack and Van Til. Website is strackandvantil.com. Galen, Bukowski, Jeffers, Bergquist, and Stefanovic, the original starting five on the floor for Crown Point. That's a Stojic coming to trigger the inbound. Schlotman, Drew Hackett, Nikola Mandic, and Luke Hackett all the way down at the far end. That is your starting five for the second half for the Mustangs. It's the same starting five as at the beginning of the ball game. So 22-18 Munster. They have the basketball to start. Pass, shot by a Stojic, no good. Comes down to the Bulldogs.
Little alley-oop pass right there. But they're fronting Jeffers. Jeffers not working to get the ball. There he goes to the high post, but
they don't want him with the basketball.
They don't want him with the basketball.
Munster's glad to have him out there. They'll take that. So Stefanovic going to give it up to Bukowski. And it's going to go to Bergquist. There he is. Bukowski on the right side. Jeffers had position momentarily, but they couldn't get the ball inside. Bergquist now onto the left wing. Jeffers going to take that shot and hit it.
Hey, hit a 15-footer.
Nick Jeffers.
He's going to get the ball there.
Jeffers with the basket. 22-20 your score. Schlotman had a look. Going to give it up to Mandic. Mandic going to go cross court. Schlotman pump fakes again, but Bukowski didn't bite, so he passes it off. Luke Hackett now on the right wing. Drew Hackett between the circles. He's going to back it up a little bit with 6:45 to play in the third. 2-point ball game favor to Mustangs. Schlotman, he goes inside Mandic. He's going to turn around, put it up. It's too strong. Stefanovic with the weak side rebound. Coming the other way. It's going to go inside to Jeffers, and Mandic is going to pick up the foul. Well, first on the Mustangs in the second half.
They forced the pass in there, but it gives the official at least his eyesight that he's going to be bumped and so forth. But I think Jeffers will get the ball a little bit more this half than he did the second half.
And a three ball on the inbound play. Good. Grant Galen, and Crown Point takes the lead at 23-22. Third triple for Galen in this one. Schlotman. Mandic goes on the inside of Stojic, back to Schlotman, back to Stojic. They play a little two-man game on the right side. But Stojic with the basket. Munster back in front by one.
They got to remember that Stojic is left-handed, and he's going to go that way.
Crown Point on the attack. That was the first points of the game for Adam Stojic, and here's a travel on Fade Bukowski. Gives me time to tell you that at the conclusion of this afternoon's game, we'll name the United Federal Credit Union Big Money Play of the game. It's underwritten by our friends at United Federal Credit Union. Banking made easy.
Let me say this. That second quarter, Munster scored 6 and Crown Point scored 7. So it was not a high-scoring game, or a high-scoring quarter.
We have a whistle and a foul coming up against the Bulldogs. Grant Galen picks it up. Scoreboard has him with his first. Antoine Van Dyke in for Munster, as Mandic will have a seat. Delectable steaks, pasta, seafood, and chops are why Gino's Steakhouse has been voted best in the region by the Times readers for the 8th year in a row. Gino's Steakhouse has locations in Dyer or Maryville. Visit the website at genosteakhouse.com and like them on Facebook at facebook.com/Gino's Steakhouse. What do we got going on down here?
Wasn't that foul on Stefanovic? What Munster is doing is running a high-low pattern. They send the guy up there high, and they're looking for the guy low, and creating some problems for Crown Point.
2 on Sasha Stefanovic, 2 on the Bulldogs here in the second half. Stojic to the bucket, off the glass, won't fall, in and out. Rebound Jeffers. Stefanovic gives it up Bergquist. Bukowski is here on the left side. Galen wants another 3 after a catch, and a shoot and score. Grant Galen with the bucket. Drew Hackett going to pull up. He's going to hit. We're tied at 26.
They got to do a better job of denying Luke Hackett the basketball. That would really help.
So Bulldogs attacking offensively with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Tapped away, stolen by Drew Hackett against Bukowski to the bucket. Got it. Munster leads. Drew Hackett with the basket puts the Mustangs in front, 28-26. And in a moment, we will get you a Smith Auto Group scoreboard update. Stefanovic, long three off the front of the iron, no good. Batted around and a whistle and a foul. And with that whistle and a foul, here is a scoreboard update that is underwritten by the Smith Auto Group. 3 Northwest Indiana locations, 2 brands, 1 name in 3A at Kankakee Valley. It is Griffith, 31-21 over Twin Lakes at the half. So here come the Mustangs. We approach the midway point of the third quarter. Mustangs with a 2-point lead at 28-26. Luke Hackett. Stojic at the top of the key. He's going to run the lane left side. Can't get it to fall. Might have been partially blocked by Jeffers.
He's got to remember that he's left-handed.
Bonin into the front court. With the dribble, brings it to the left side. Bergquist uses the right hand into the lane. Passes it off. It was over Jeffers, but Bonin able to get it. He goes into Jeffers off the glass and good. We're tied at 28. Second tie of the quarter, 5th tie in the game.
They got the ball into the post more often this quarter than they did the whole first half.
Van Dyke kicks it out to a Stojic outside the arc. Luke Hackett now. He's going to try to penetrate the lane. Can't. Van Dyke. Schlotman left side. Pull up, left elbow jumper. Schlotman, he hits the backboard on the right side. Galen gets the board and brings it into the front court on the dribble. That was Stefanovic, excuse me. Bergquist. There's Galen with the basketball. Bonin on the right side. 3:15 to play in the frame. Bergquist. Ooh, quicker pass. Galen had a 3 there.
That's where you need to take time.
Bergquist on the right wing. Bonin going to put up a long top of the key 3. It comes up short. Van Dyke with the board. Stojic on the dribble up. Drew Hackett for 3. No. Long board to Stojic. Another attempt coming up here from Munster at 2:46 to play, and a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. And if that's Stefanovic, that's his 3rd. If Sasha looks frustrated, it must be. So that's 3 on Sasha Stefanovic.
Couldn't get him out soon enough. For him to get 3 fouls is monumental.
So he will have a seat. Noah Morales in for Crown Point. 2:47 to play in the third. Connor Manis is also in for Munster. Nikolai Mendick also back in for the Mustangs. Drew Hackett trying to find some room. Can't, so he's going to give it up. Luke goes to the bucket. It won't fall. Mandich with the putback basket. And Munster back in front, 30-28, exactly 2.5 to play in the third quarter. Bonin. Morales has it poked away by Drew Hackett, but it's out of bounds. For a specialty breakfast or lunch, visit Jelly Pancake House in Maryville or Dyer. Open daily until 3 p.m. Jelly proudly offers homemade Greek yogurt smoothies, freshly squeezed orange juice, and a large gluten-free menu. Visit the website at jellypancakehouse.com and like them on Facebook at facebook.com/jellypancakehouse. Here come the Bulldogs on the attack. Bergquist into the lane with the left hand. Got the baby hook to fall. First field goal of the game for Josh Bergquist. We're tied at 30. In this quarter, we have been tied at 26, 28, and 30. Entry pass and a whistle and a foul. And that's going to be Andrew Keneally.
Coach Swan is on the official about the way they were defensing the post. They go down the other end and they call foul on Crown Point.
Well, he brought it to their attention.
Yes, you don't want that.
It comes into Drew Hackett on the left side. Good defense there. Bergquist forces Hackett to go in the middle, but a great pass from Hackett to Mandich for the bucket. Munster back in front by 2. Bonus between the circles. His pass nearly stolen, and now Drew Hackett's going to pick up a foul, trying to steal the pass away from Noah Morales.
Got to be careful about that pass because it's going to lead directly to a basket for Munster.
Today's game is underwritten in part by Tom Brankin, accounting, consulting, and profit coaching. Located at 222 Indianapolis Boulevard in Cherville, Tom Brankin specializes in small and medium-sized businesses with a special emphasis on family businesses, and he has hands-on experience using QuickBooks. For more information on services including Focus, a systematic approach and tool to help maximize a business's profit, the phone number is 219-793-4262. That's 219-793-4262. What do we have there?
We had another three-pointer by I'll get it. Grant Galen.
Grant Galen with another 3, his 5th in the game, and the Bulldogs lead it by 1, 33-32, as we've got a whistle. And a turnover against the Mustangs as Jeffers gets set to come back in with 1:15 to play in the third.
You got a decision right here. You got 1:15 to go. Do you shoot quick or do you wait for the last shot? I would wait for the last shot, but I'm not coaching.
We will see what Clint Swan decides as Blake Bonin brings it up on the dribble and crosses the half-court line, takes it to the right side of the floor. Gives it up, Morales. Bonin, pump fake, which got Drew Hackett in the air. Now Galen's got a look. He's going to dribble by the defender to the bucket, score. Galen used the pump fake, and with 5 threes, Jim, you've got to step out on him, and that gave him a chance to go to the hoop.
Smart play by Galen.
35-32. Travel point, Anna traveling against Luke Hackett. Kevin Schlottman going to come back in.
44.8. 3-point lead. What do you do?
Now I do think you wait for the last shot. I wasn't quite sure at 1:15.
I like doing that. Puts the pressure on the other team.
This has been a Crown Point quarter. The Bulldogs trailed by 4 coming into the fray. Bonin with it. Gives it up. Morales on the right side baseline. Bergquist, Bonin. Morales. He wants to take it into the paint. Off the glass. It won't go. But there's Nick Jeffers with the putback basket. Jeffers 6 in this quarter, 8 in the game, 15 seconds remaining. 5-point advantage to the Bulldogs. Drew Hackett. Jump ball circle down to 5. He gets a screen. Takes it. Pull up off the glass. Leaves it a little short. Bounce around. Hackett's basket.
Oh, he counted it.
They counted it.
Wow.
Drew Hackett with a field goal at the buzzer makes your score. Crown Point 37, Munster 34 after 3. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Lincoln Carryouts, located at 1203 North Main Street in Crown Point, has been serving the Crown Point community for 10 years. Lincoln Carryouts is open 10 to 9, 7 days a week, offering homemade soups, fresh salads, and a variety of sandwiches. Every month at Lincoln Carryouts, it's a new monthly sandwich, and every Tuesday it's the Steelworker Special, a combination of roast beef, American cheese, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on toasted rye. That's Lincoln Carryouts in Crown Point, home of the Italian submarine.
The city of Crown Point is proud to support the Crown Point Bulldogs. Go Dogs! Crown Point has a unique community spirit and is the ideal place to live, work, and play. Our residents and guests enjoy award-winning amenities like our unique shops, family-owned restaurants, premier golf courses, and 4-star schools, all in a historical downtown with year-round events. For more information, the website is crownpoint.in.gov. Crown Point, building a stronger community from within since 1834.
High school basketball on the Key, 90.5 FM, WRTW, Crown Point.
And you're listening to Prep Basketball on the Region Sports Network on 90.5 The Key, and we're streaming worldwide on the internet at regionsports.com. It's underwritten, as always, by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Number 1, along with Jim East. I'm Jerry Siska. Fourth quarter underway. Mustang basketball, they trail it by 3. And the introduction of the 2 announcers, Is that underwritten by Strachan Van Til? I don't know.
But I will say this, that was a very productive quarter for,
Nick Jeffers with a shot blocked by Nikola Mandic, but he stepped on the baseline. Strachan Van Til, as always, sponsors the starting lineups. We've got a Stojic, Mandic, Luke Hackett, Drew Hackett, and Schlotman on the floor for Munster. Bonin, Stefanovic, Jeffers, Bergquist, and Galen on the floor for Crown Point. Strachan Van Til, website is strachanvantil.com. 3 ball on the way, that's no good.
I said it was a very productive quarter for Crown Point because they scored 19 points that quarter. They scored 18 the whole first half.
19-12, that quarter won by the Bulldogs. That's why they lead it by 3 entering the fourth. Drew Hackett with it, top of the key. He's going to back it up a little bit between the circles. Bergquist on him. Hackett gives it up. Pump fake by Schlotman. Going to give it up to Mandic, who's at the top. Dump down low. Stojic wants to work. Off the glass, no good. Board to Galen. Stefanovic, Bergquist has the basketball in the front court. Bonin, Stefanovic back to Bonin, and now Crown Point. They slow things down just a little as they get into their offensive set, leading by 3.
He's running the same play. This is 3 times in a row he's running the same play.
Stefanovic gives it up to Bergquist on the right wing. To Bonin between the circles at the top. Galen has it on the left side on the wing outside the arc. Swung the other way. Bergquist on the pump fake. That allows him to get to the middle. Dump off to Jeffers. Good. 10 for Jeffers. 8 the second half. 5-point advantage to the Bulldogs. Timeout Mustangs. 6:14 to play in the ball game, or at least in the fourth quarter, because it's tight. 39-34. Crown Point. This will be a 30-second timeout called by Munster. But that's all I need to tell you, that this afternoon's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Sherrville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541. They are online at www.rkmissgroup.com.
Well, the key is, I think, getting the ball into Jeffers. And what did he score that quarter?
He had 6 in the third, and he has 8 here in the second half.
Okay. 8 points. We had 2 in the first half.
Yes, correct. That came in the first quarter, as a matter of fact.
The more touches he gets, the better chance Crown Point of having win the ball game.
This afternoon's game is underwritten in part by attorney Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group. They're located at 1000 Eagle Ridge Drive in Sherrville. The Hand Law Group has over 20 years of experience in personal injury, family law, estate planning, and business law. To learn more, the web address is carlhandlaw.com, and the phone number is 219-961-2376. Carl Hand and the Hand Law Group, quality, experience, results. What happened while my head
was a jump ball? It was a scrum.
Okay.
Is there such a thing as a scrum in basketball?
Yes.
But anyway, it was a jump ball, and it's going to be Crown Point's out.
Bulldogs lead it.
It's a very important offensive position for Crown Point.
And equally as important defensively for the Mustangs. Bulldogs leading it by 5. We are just under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth. The winner gets the Wildcats of South Bend Riley in the regional title game tonight. And you'll get that ball game right here on 90.5, The Key. Okay, here are the Bulldogs attacking.
Taking their time, that's important.
Jeffers has it outside the arc. Ooh. Skip pass across the court to Bergquist.
Got to meet the pass.
Bergquist drives. Jeffers got it and fouled. They are running a lot now and then getting Jeffers on the back door, weak side, dumping off to him, Jim.
Or they're penetrating and forcing a guy to step up to help, and they're getting the ball to Jeffers.
Antoine Van Dyke picks up the foul this second.
10 points for him this half?
This half, yes, sir.
The more he touches the ball, the better chance that Crown Point has to win the ball game.
This is Crown Point's biggest lead of the game at 41-34. Jeffers at the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Free throw is up and good. 42-34, Crown Point. 5:25 to go. Drew Hackett's pass intercepted by Stefanovic. Gives it up to Galen, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul out here near the half-court line, and it's going to go against Adam Stojic's third. Good foul by Stojic because Galen was all the way to the bucket.
He would have gone in there and hit a layup. Another real important possession. You got a chance to go double figures here.
Yeah. Stefanovic's going to trigger the inbound. Front court near us. Bulldogs, home team on the board, wearing the home white. They're running right to left here in this second half. Bonin, pass goes between his legs, but he's able to pick it up. Gets it to Bergquist, basketball on the left side. Stefanovic. Galen, Bonin as the basketball's on the right side now. Quickly back to the left, and Bergquist gets a little bit of a screen.
Take her time.
Gives it up. Jeffers, Galen between the circles, and Bonin. Stefanovic. You've got an 8-point lead. You do not need to rush and shoot, right?
Oh, he threw the ball away.
Threw it away. Drew Hackett wants a three. No. Stojic, though, got the rebound and has it ripped away from him by Stefanovic. Blake Bonin going to slow it down as he brings it into the front court. Gives it up to Stefanovic. 4:15 left. 42-34, Crown Point.
Important to take your time.
Galen with it, being defended by Luke Hackett. Pass gets to Bonin as he comes to meet the ball. Inside, Jeffers.
Oh, missed a layup. He had a layup there.
And Nikola Mandic gets the rebound for the Mustangs. Luke Hackett to the basket, off the glass, score. Munster needed that basket, Jim.
Yeah, they did. I would have given them a 10-point lead.
Down to 6, 42-36. Tapped from behind by Stojic, but it goes out of bounds.
They got to protect the basketball here. 3:41 to go. You got to look for a layup or a foul.
Crown Point wants a timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. 3:41 to play in the fourth. Bulldogs 42, Mustangs 36. Matt Maloney, real estate agent with Rossi and Taylor, considers it an honor to provide great service to Northwest Indiana and more. Matt's reputation over the years has made him a guy to see for all real estate needs. Remember, it's not Maloney, it's Maloney. Today's game is underwritten in part by the State Farm Agency of Bob Reese in Crown Point. Located at 152 West Joliet Street, Bob Reese State Farm is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5, and in the evenings by appointment. The office can be reached at 663-7337. That's 663-7337. Bob Reese State Farm, a proud supporter of Bulldog Athletics on the Region Sports Network.
I will say that Munster will come out in some kind of gimmick defense. I think I would call for a 1-3-1. I don't know. He'll do something. He'll do something to change momentum.
Need to come up with a stop. 3:40 to the Mustangs. 3:41 to play. They trail it by 6. Region athletic directors and coaches, attention. BSN Sports is looking to talk to you. BSN Sports is the nation's largest team dealer and have partnered with many area schools to provide game-changing solutions for uniforms, sportswear, and equipment. Phone number for BSN Sports is 219-661-0786. It's 219-661-0786. What do we have there?
Well, they played a real tight man-to-man. They denied the entry, and they had to call timeout. I hope that Coach Swan will set something up to get the ball inbound. That's the primary thing. Get it into the playing court. But they still got a couple fouls to give before the 7th foul.
That's a 30-second timeout by the Bulldogs. Today's game is underwritten in part by Tom Branken, Accounting, Consulting, and Profit Coaching, located at 222 Indianapolis Boulevard in Cherville. Tom Branken specializes in small to medium-sized businesses with a special emphasis on family businesses, and he has hands-on experience using QuickBooks. For more information on services, including Focus, a systematic approach and tool to help maximize a business's profit, the phone number is 219-793-4262. That's 219-793-4262.
It's a foul on Crown Point on the inbounds pass. That is their 5th foul. Still got one to get. What did I say?
Crown Point.
Oh, I'm sorry, Munster.
And that was on.
I don't know who that was on.
Yeah, they haven't put it up on the board, so the scorer's table blowing the horn to get everything in order.
It says 11.
That was the last one because that was his 3rd. That was when he committed that foul we talked about. That was a good foul. Luke Hackett's going to pick this one up, his 1st, team 5th. So the Bulldogs will trigger the inbounds pass on the baseline, left side of the bucket with 3:37 to go in the fourth. And CP up 42-36 over Munster. Into Jeffers, to Bonin, to Stefanovic, to Jeffers. 3.5 minutes to play. To Galen. Bergquist, dribble, drive, and a foul.
That is a 6th foul. The next one will be a 1-on-1. That's what you do. You just take the time, move the ball around, get to the foul line. Hopefully you can hit some free throws.
Nikola Mandic, his 2nd foul.
Whoa, wait a sec.
Oh, they're going to say Bergquist was shooting. They're going to give him 2.
That's good. That's good if you're Crown Point.
Yeah. First one good. I wasn't sure. Kind of iffy on whether he was going up or not, at least from what we were looking at. But,
well, he's shooting 2 fouls.
He hit the first, and he hits the second. Back to an 8-point advantage for the Bulldogs. 44-36, 3:18 to go.
I would double.
Nice pass from Drew Hackett to Mandic. He misses the shot, but he was fouled. That was a chance for an easy 3-point play there, Jim.
You know, you got to double the main man, which is Luke Hackett, but you got to do a better job of defensing than that. That was a poor job of defensing, but anyway, he's got to hit his free throws. We'll see what happens.
Nick Jeffers picks up his 2nd, team 6. So both clubs will be shooting free throws the rest of the way, and Mandic misses the first.
That's good. Do I sound like I'm for Crown Point?
That's good if you're Crown Point.
Yeah, I know.
Not so good if you're Munster.
I think Mandic was in Coach's doghouse for a while, but he's come out and played really good basketball.
He's played some very good ball the second half of the season. He splits that pair of free throws. It's the first time Nicola's been at the line in this one. 7-point game. Clock is running at 3:10. 44-37 Bulldogs. Bonin brings it into the front court, being defended by Drew Hackett.
That's a foul right there.
Oh, Jefferson, Mandic just steals it. Gonna give it up. Drew Hackett, pump fake to the goal with the right hand. Got it, he's fouled! A good, strong, aggressive move to the basket by the senior.
You got to do a better job of holding on to the basketball. 2:53 to go, 5-point lead. Drew Hackett shooting a free throw. He's been almost automatic.
Sasha Stefanovic picks up his 4th, and Hackett completes the 3-point play. It's a 4-point ball game. 2:50 to play in the 4th.
He's going to get double teamed.
Bonin on the dribble. Oh, reach around as Hackett tried to poke it from behind.
Got to really protect the basketball.
2 on Drew Hackett. 7th team on the Mustangs. Blake Bonin to the line to shoot a 1 in the bonus.
Well, let's hope his sickness did not affect his free throw shooting.
Tonight's game is underwritten in part, well, actually this afternoon's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Missa County Group in Cherryville. Lost track of what time of the day it is. Bonin hits the first. All right, let's try this again. This afternoon's game is underwritten in part by the Randall K. Missa Accounting Group in Cherryville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Missa Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. Bonin hits them both. 6-point game, a timeout on the floor. Who called that one? Munster?
Crown Point called that one.
Crown Point, it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. What I have unofficially is the Bulldogs with 2 full timeouts remaining. Munster with all 3 fulls and a 30. Wow. Munster with a lot of timeouts.
He will use those timeouts going down the stretch. I'm sure he will.
And we want to tell you that at the conclusion of this afternoon's game, we'll name the Berry Brothers Blue Collar Player of the game. I need to slow down a little bit. Underwritten by our friends at Berry Brothers. Berry Brothers, a blue-collar store for the blue-collar worker. Also at the end of the game, we'll name the Lincoln Carryout Super Sub of the game. That's for the player who came off the bench to make the biggest contribution. The Super Sub of the game is underwritten by Lincoln Carryouts on North Main Street in Crown Point. Lincoln Carryouts, home of the Italian Submarine and the Steelworker Sandwiches. So here come the Mustangs. 46-40, Bulldogs. 2:40 to play. Schlotman gives it up. Drew Hackett.
Don't fall for his fake.
Bergquist staying on the ground. Hackett takes it, kisses it off the glass. Score it, Drew Hackett. Now was good defense by Bergquist. Just an even better move and shot by Drew Hackett. 4-point game again. 2:20 to play. Bonin with Drew Hackett on him. Bonin tried to dribble, drive from behind. Stojic tried to steal it. Good. Basketball in the hands of Josh Berquist. Stefanovic. Stojic on him. Stojovic tries to poke, and he fouls. For Adam, that's 4.
They got to get the ball in the hands of the guys that are better shooters from the free throw line, because you're going to get fouled a lot.
Stefanovic going to shoot a 1 in the bonus. That's the 8th team. At the conclusion of this afternoon's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Company, proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Stefanovic gets the first.
He had a couple real key free throws against Munster, or against Valparaiso.
Second one by Stefanovic. Off the front of the iron, no good. Managed with the board to Stojic. Schlotman, 47-42. 2 minutes on the clock. Stojic. Sit up. Connor Manis, who's in the ball game. Schlotman. Stojic wants a 3. That misses everything, and that's Kaylon with the ball.
He got fouled.
And a foul will walk down to the other end. As the chant of air ball comes from the Crown Point student section here to our left. The foul on Nikola Mandic is third. Grant Galen at the line, 1 in the bonus. That's the 19. Crown Point will be double bonus from this point forward.
Very important to hit these 2 free throws.
First one off the front of the iron, no good.
Gracious.
Crown Point's missed 2 straight at the line. Stojic with the ball. 5-point game still, 140. Here's Drew Hackett. He's going to go to the bucket off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Kaylon. Trapped on the baseline. Stolen by Mandic. And we've got a whistle. Let's see what the call is going to be. Called a foul. We're walking down to the other end, so it's going against Munster. They're going to be Mandic again?
I don't know, but Grant Galen gets a chance to redeem himself here. He's it's a 2-shot foul.
2 now. That's the 10th team.
That's important.
That's 4 on Nikola Mandic.
They need to take their time here. Hit those free throws.
17 points for Galen. Misses the first. That's 3 straight misses by the Bulldogs.
Got to have some courage to step up at the end of the ball game. 134 left in the ball game.
Second one by Galen. Off the front end. That no good. 4 straight misses. Minute and a half. Here comes Munster, and a foul coming against Stane Bukowski. His second, and it's going to send Drew Hackett to the line for a 1 in the bonus. That's the 8th team against the Bulldogs.
Boy, they have some chances to put the ball game away. They missed 4 free throws in a row.
Antoine Van Dyke comes in as Mandic will have a seat momentarily.
Well, they're going to send somebody out there that doesn't have any fouls to commit the foul.
Drew Hackett gets the basketball. First free throw is up and off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound Stefanovic and a foul. Tight ball game. These kids are tightening up at the line, aren't they?
They really are. They really are. They know what's at stake.
They have played their hearts out, both ball clubs.
This has been a very interesting game. That 47-42 is not indicative of the ball game.
Sasha Stefanovic to the line to shoot 2.
You need to get another player in there on the free throw. It's too early to back away.
Connor Manis committed the foul, his second. That breaks a string of 4 straight misses by Crown Point and 5 straight misses by both clubs combined. Matt Maloney, real estate agent with Rossi and Taylor, considers it an honor to provide great service to Northwest Indiana and more. Matt's reputation over the years has made him a guy to see for all real estate needs. Remember, it's not Maloney, it's Maloney. 1 more for Stefanovic, up and good as well. Stane Bukowski in, Stefanovic out. 49-42 CP, 1:27 remaining.
You don't need to foul. You just don't need to foul.
Here's Schlotman into the front court, around Bonin to the bucket, kick out. Manis wants a 3, got it! And a timeout, Munster. 3-ball, first points of the game for Connor Manis. It's a 4-point game.
You know they're going to look for a 3. That's the fastest way to cut the lead.
Timeout, Munster, and it is a 30-second timeout. Mike Hackett still with 3 fulls to work with. This afternoon's game, underwritten in part by the Randall K. Miss Accounting Group in Sherrville. When it comes to business, let Randall K. Miss Accounting put the numbers to work. Their phone number is 219-864-8541, and they are online at www.rkmissgroup.com. So what do you do right now if you're Munster, Jim?
Well, you're going to man-to-man, and you're going to foul him and so forth. I think for Crown Point, they got to have a play here to get the hands and the ball in the hands of, I think, Blake Bonin. He's been the most consistent free throw shooter.
It's 49-45 Bulldogs.
The 1-4 set. The 1-4 set.
This game has not disappointed the fans that have come out to see it. Comes into Bergquist. Bergquist will be fouled in the backcourt.
Bergquist has a tendency to hold on the ball a little long, but he's going to shoot 2 free throws. He had his last 2, didn't he? I think he did.
Bergquist did, yes. 2 for 2 at the line so far in this one. Foul there on Drew Hackett, his 3rd.
Very important here to have a 6-point lead. That's 2 possessions if you hit 3s.
And here in this final minute 12, there's only 2 fouls left for Drew Hackett. They've got to get somebody else to foul.
Yeah.
Bergquist misses the free throw. Crown Point has missed 5 free throws in this 4th quarter alone. They had only missed 1 leading up to the 4th quarter. Again, the winner will play South Bend Riley for the regional title tonight. And you'll catch that game right here on 90.5 The Key. Tip at 7:30. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Here come the Mustangs. 4-point game. Schlotman, clock running down to a minute. Mandich to the bucket, scores. And timeout, Munster. It's a 2-point game with 61 seconds. That'll be a full timeout.
Would they have an 8-point lead at one point?
Yes. 8-point lead in this quarter. Absolutely correct, Jim. But talk about it. Free throws such a big part of this game, and Crown Point's missing them here in the 4th quarter has given Munster an opportunity.
It's a time to make the free throws. 4th quarter is a time to make the free throws.
At the conclusion of this afternoon's game, we'll name the United Federal Credit Union Big Money Play of the game, underwritten by our friends at United Federal Credit Union. United Federal Credit Union, they're located at 510 North Broad Street in Griffith. And don't forget, mention that we'll be on the air tonight beginning at 7. That'll be the Misprint pregame show, underwritten by Misprint, Munster, and Hammond. Misprint, the phone number is 836-2517. And when it comes time to introduce the ball clubs, the starting lineups this evening will be underwritten by Strachan Van Til. As always, having the tailgate party, Strachan Van Til has everything necessary. A lot of tailgate and house parties going to be going on, Jim, with high school action, the NCAA tournament getting set to start this week. Crown Point, trigger the inbound. Having trouble getting it in. It goes to Bergquist. Trapped on the baseline. That's Stefanovic. And finally a whistle and a foul. Luke Hackett, or is that Drew? That's Luke Hackett. Thought he had a tie-up down there for a jump ball.
Well, they're passing the ball in so close to the baseline, doesn't have any chance to move. But Stefanovic hit his last 2. I feel comfortable with him shooting a free throw. Because if he doesn't, I guarantee you, Munster will go down and score.
Stefanovic shooting 2 for the Bulldogs. Good. 3-point game, CP, 56 3/10 left on the clock here in the 4th.
He needs to hit this one to make a 2-possession ball game. They got to do a better job defensively.
This is huge. It turns it into a 2-possession with a make. Off the front of the iron, backboard and in. 4-point game, 53 seconds. Schlotman. Ostojic for 3. Got it!
Oh, my goodness.
Adam Ostojic with the triple, and Munster's within 1. Timeout, Mustangs, 47.2.
They have answered the call. Even if you get fouled and shoot 2 free throws, you're still a 1-possession ball game.
The possession arrow, according to the scoreboard, belongs to the Bulldogs. Double bonus.
Double bonus for Crown Point.
For Crown Point as well. Timeouts remaining, according to what I have unofficially. 1 left for... Well, actually, the scoreboard is stating 1 left for Crown Point and 2 left for Munster, so it must have been the Bulldogs that called that timeout.
No, I think Munster called timeout.
Okay, maybe they have it wrong, because that would give Munster 1 and Crown Point 2. Everything's a full.
You better save those timeouts, because they're putting an awful lot of pressure on the inbounds pass. You want to be able to call timeout to save the ball. We'll see what happens here.
Well, the game hasn't disappointed, has it?
Hasn't. We knew it was going to be that kind of game.
Yes, we
both
did.
Both teams were well matched. Box formation.
So the Bulldogs triggering the inbound pass against full court pressure. Bonin slips. He finally is able to get up and get the basketball along the end line and get away from Drew Hackett. Moving around and a grab in the back court. Sasha Stefanovic going to shoot a couple again, as that's on Luke Hackett with 41.6. 3 on Luke.
Wow. Going right down to the end, is it?
Sure is.
2 free throws.
Exactly how postseason basketball should be, Jim. Good. Stefanovic's throw puts Crown Point up by 2.
This is an important free throw. This is a really important. It creates a situation where it's a 2-possession ball game, or you can hit 3.
Stefanovic got that one to fall similar fashion. Front of the iron, backboard, and rolled in. 53-50 CP, 36 seconds. Schlotman, a Stojic.
Denying the ball.
Stojic for 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound knocked around, Munster has it. But we have a whistle and a foul against the Mustangs.
Ooh, that was an important call.
And that'll bring Sasha Stefanovic to the line for CP. That's going against Kevin Schlotman, his first. Stefanovic to get a couple more with 26.1 on the clock.
I don't know why they don't have any guy in there, but to miss in case of missed free throw.
First one.
Oh, dear.
Off the iron. He couldn't get it a third time. Off the front, off the backboard, and in. He'll get one more, and it still would turn it into a 2-possession game.
Very important free throw.
Up and good. 4-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Here comes Munster quickly the other way. Drew Hackett, pull up 3. That's off to the left side. Long rebound. Crown Point gets the board and the foul on the Mustangs.
Who's shooting the free throw?
Connor Manis picks up the foul, his third. And that's going to be Grant Galen that's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Galen's 0 for 3 at the line, Jim.
That's not good. It's his time.
First one, good. Nothing but net for Galen.
5-point lead. Real important. You don't need to foul. Let him score. Let him score.
Second one, good. 6-point lead, Crown Point. 17 seconds. Drew Hackett all the way to the bucket, off the glass. It won't go. Tap won't go. Knocked around, out of bounds. It belongs to Munster with 11.
Let him score. Let him score.
56-50, Crown Point.
Run out of bounds. Hold the ball.
Stojic brings it in. Couple of Mustangs colliding to each other. Stojic has to pick up the loose ball. Top of the key, 3. No. Tapped around. Bonin with the... Bonin with the rebound and the foul by Mandich. Flat out push by Mandich. Just trying to commit a foul. There's just no time to spare. 3 seconds left for Mandich. That's his 5th is what I have. That is Nicholas' fifth. He finishes the ball game with 9 points. Blake Bonin going to shoot 2 for CP. Mike Madura coming in for the Mustangs.
They're bringing the whole bench in.
Jake Stribiak into the game as well. And Luke Pillarella is into the game. Well, Jim, a lot of people questioned where this Mustang team was going to go. They're 9 losses, the most since Mike's first year here at Munster. But boy, what a coaching job and what an outstanding job by the kids as Bonin hits the first. I don't think anybody really gave them a chance to win that sectional. I think got a sectional title, and second half of the year have been a fun basketball team to watch. Bonin hits them both. 58-50, the career of Drew Hackett sadly ends. Pillarella just dribbles it up, and that's your ball game. Crown Point advances to take on South Bend Riley. They defeat Munster 58-50. We're going to take a break. Back with the post game after this. You're listening to high school basketball right here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
You're listening to the Region Sports Network on WRTW Crown Point and WRTK Paxton, Illinois.
Triple Crown All-Stars Baseball and Softball Academy in Schererville is a year-round instructional facility featuring a fully AstroTurf building for team practice, batting cages, infield